Hello, world. So today I'm chatting with Belania of BCD Planets. Say hi to the world, Belania.
Heidi ho, world. What's up?
We're up and we're going. Yay. So, yeah, it's good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while, not since everything shut down.
The last time we seen each other, it was the collaboration photo shoot on Martin Luther King Day.
Yes, that was fun. That was back in January. Almost a year ago. Time is flying. So yeah, I thank you for chatting with us about self-love and business and how it all works together. So I appreciate it. Why don't you start out by just telling everyone a little bit about yourself and how you became a businesswoman and a designer?
A little bit about myself. Well, I'm born and raised in New York. I'm a New Yorker. Brooklyn specifically. I am first generation American Jamaican. I've been making clothes since I was 13 years old, so maybe around like 15 years of sewing experience. I graduated from FIT, Fashion Institute of Technology. I got my first job at Ralph Lauren Corporate, stayed there for 5 years. And then I was like, I need to have more purpose with my work. So, no shade, Ralph Lauren, I love you. But I needed to come out and do my own thing, which is BCD Planet. I've been doing it for a very long time, but I started really taking it seriously and getting the LLC and the bank account and all the business things that nobody likes to talk about or do. No. Maybe for the past 3 years. So, yeah, BCD Planet has been going on for a very long time. Mainly I do women's wear. Sometimes I do menswear pieces if it's like a alteration. But a lot of my pieces are collectible classics. Yes. So I get dead stock fabric that's out of production, but it's really beautiful from clothing brands or mills who don't need it anymore, or they made too much of it. So they sell it for a lower price, or they sometimes throw it away. But I grab it and I'm like, wait, this is beautiful fabric. Even though it's maybe 2 yards of fabric, I can still make a beautiful dress or a jacket out of it. So I make collectible collection pieces out of that fabric. And then I have my ready to wear pieces that are like everyday year-round staple pieces, like a trench coat or those slacks that you can wear in the wintertime and in the springtime. So yeah, BCD Planet is those two products, and then we offer restoration and upcycling services. It's like, oh, I got this really nice thrift jacket, but there's holes in it and it's falling apart, but I love it. Can you save it for me? I can do that.
Yes.
So, awesome. Yes. Oh, and recently, I'm going to teach a sewing class. December 16th. Yes. Sewing classes.
I saw that. I was like, this is exciting. And then I thought, if I had a sewing machine in my living room.
Yeah.
Like, what do they need for this? Do they actually need?
I mean, most of the requests that I've gotten, people already have a sewing machine, but they just don't know how to use it. So it's going to be like the basics of like threading your sewing machine and just getting straight to sewing. I have a lot of cheating techniques to help you get through the process of starting your machine.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got tips and tricks to share with the world.
I keep my jewelry in it, but I have like this little bobbin box. It was my grandmother's, because that's what she was. She was a dressmaker. Professionally. She never struck out on her own like you did, although she made my mom's wedding gown and everything. But yeah, so she could have. But I love how you said, no shade.
No shade to Ralph Lauren, but like corporate America is just like, I feel like not everybody's cut out for it, especially if you have a super bright, exciting personality.
Yes.
Mundane, black and white, working like a robot type of job is like, not every corporate is like that, but my specific position at Ralph Lauren was like that.
Yeah.
So it was just like, I don't get to do fun, creative, colorful things.
Yeah.
So I need to get out of here.
Tell us, because honestly, you know what, one thing I want people to do is, after our conversation, have a little bit more idea of what self-love means, and how to walk confidently, you know. And so how did going and choosing to like walk in your purpose, how do you see that as helping you on your own journey in life, and how does that relate to love and self-love, and how does it all work together?
Wow, loving yourself, that's a journey in itself. I feel like it's almost a lifelong journey,
Yeah.
because stages, because you realize, because when you're in your teens, you're starting to learn about the things that you like, and then
Right.
when you start to get into your like 20s and 30s, you're like, okay, I do like these things, but is it really making me happy, and is it fulfilling, is it serving me in my soul and outside? So it's like, wait, I did like that, but it's not really functioning in my full holistic life of living, you know? Because I, for example, I used to skateboard. I used to be a ballerina. Yeah, there's a lot of things I used to do, but like skateboarding, I mean, I still love it, but it's not really fitting in my puzzle of a lifestyle. So it's like, okay, I love myself, but I don't want to hurt myself by skateboarding.
Yeah,
I want to preserve my sanity and my body to have it to do sewing or interact with people. I don't want to be, oh my God, I broke my ankle. So self-love is a very interesting journey. For me, self-love was really boiling down to, what do I want? What type of lifestyle do I want to live? Yes, paying bills is very important. Yes, ownership is also very important, but establishing a lifestyle that you really enjoy genuinely, like I wake up, I do yoga in the morning, I make my tea. I want to thank quarantine for pushing me into this lifestyle of even more self-love than I was doing beforehand.
Yeah.
Because, beforehand, I was just running. When's the next gig? When's the next money? When's the next bill? But now everything was paused and wait. Do you really want to keep on running like a hamster wheel? Or do you want to get off the hamster wheel and really enjoy life?
Yeah, it's true.
Self-love for me is really enjoying life. Like sometimes tuning out of my phone, or just like leaving my phone at home and going for a walk in the park and just absorbing nature and all the sounds and solitude. So yeah, loving myself is pretty much like secluding myself so I can regenerate myself energy and like think properly and process, because like when you're constantly, you kind of can't settle and really observe the planes properly and really keep all the details and like, oh wait, that's a nice idea, but if I had not sat down and marinated, I would have never seen that idea, thought that thought. But yes, me like drawing back and then being in my creative zone by myself, that's my self-love. Yeah. And then the exciting part is, okay, now that I've been here in my studio doing this whole self-love, self-care thing, now I have all this boosted up energy like Mario Brothers, and I can share it with everybody. Yeah. Because you don't want to wear yourself down to like nothing, and then you're like, this is all I have to give. I don't mean to give this little, but
it's true. It's so true, right? Like if you are exhausted, like I took a nap right before our interview.
Me too. I took like a really zippy nap. I took like a 30-minute nap, but it was good.
It was. So sometimes you just have to like take that moment and rest. And I do think that napping has become a bit of a lifestyle for me as well since quarantine, because I was not having that time and that hamster wheel. And you need to, like you said, marinate, especially if we're creative.
Oh yeah. All my friends, like photography, teachers, lawyers, everybody who's working from home, it's like, all right, yeah, so it's my nap time. It's my lunch time. It's my work time. It's my downtime.
Yeah.
So it's like everybody has their nap time. Everybody has their like up time and downtime. And yeah, I'm not gonna be around my phone right now. I'm not gonna be around technology right now. I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna catch you when I'm back on technology. So,
That boundary, like setting boundaries for our time, pretty much.
yeah. That's
So,
another self-love thing. I feel like I just tapped into setting boundaries, well, properly setting boundaries
right.
in 2020. Because before I thought I was setting boundaries, but I was just saying boundaries, but I really wasn't putting it down. You know, like, yeah. But yeah, boundaries, that's a good one. Setting boundaries is definitely tied into self-love. Because if you don't know how to set boundaries, then you're just out in the open, ready to get any type of whiplash.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can be tiring, that whiplash. Like we can't keep sustaining it. So how do you think self-love and beauty and fashion all go together? How does that all work for you?
So for me, for a very long time, I've always tied self-love to how you dress because me personally, I've always felt like putting on clothes or putting on colors, textures, all the whole spectrum of tangible items that you put on your body
Yeah.
totally changes your physical inner experience when you look at yourself like, okay, you know, you could be having a down day, it could be raining outside, but you put on a bright color, you look in the mirror and it's like, oh, this is kind of cute, this, you know, give me a little boost.
Yes.
a little,
Yes.
a little boost. So it's just like, I feel like it's spiritually connected when you do put on certain types of clothes, or even your favorite closet piece that you're like, yo, I'm never gonna give up this item, it's literally gonna have to fall to threads before I throw it out. Like, so even those pieces, they're sentimental and they're emotional, but you love them, you're emotionally tied to them. So I feel like self-love is, you know, when you wake up, you put on your clothes and you look in the mirror, or even if you don't look in the mirror, you put on the clothes and you feel how it feels on your body, and it's like, okay, I'm loving this, I'm like, you know. So yeah, that's how I tie fashion and self-love together, because it's like, it's an emotional connection.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Like we feel a certain way. I think one of my things that I did a couple years ago on my journey is I just went through my closet. Like I pulled everything out and was like, well, I don't like how this fits.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Everybody did this.
It doesn't make me as cute as I in my imagination would like to be. And then also I was throwing out and donating things. I was like, you know, I wore that, and that day that I wore it, I still remember it being a bad day, and so I would get rid of it. But then other things that I wore, and I was like, oh, on that day, you know, this happened, and that was exciting, and so I keep it. So I got rid of almost half of my closet that way.
Listen, this
Yeah.
excessive lifestyle that everybody is living in, whether it's like food, clothes, shoes, I don't know. What is it? Nail equipment. Like sometimes you just like, I went through my nail polish bin and I was like, yo, I have a lot of colors that I don't wear. I've had this color for like 5 years. I need to give it to somebody else. Like I somebody else could enjoy it because I'm clearly not enjoying it.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's no need to have like all of the things, but having a curated specific amount of things that's like, yes to everything. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Feels good to have like very curated, specific, like, yes, there's reasons, there's styles, there's combinations. This is why I have this. And it's like a perfectly fit puzzle versus like, okay, we have the puzzle here, but then we have some like lingering pieces here. We're gonna find them. They're gonna find their place. But you know, like,
yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. It's all about feeling like having fun with it. And then
Oh,
having fun and enjoying yourself, right? Wearing it and the experience of it.
Oh yeah. My favorite part about me clearing out my closet and my shoes is like, now it's fun to mix and match, because it's like no matter what I grab, it's gonna look good. I can just grab things blindly and know like, okay, this is, oh yeah, this goes, this is great. Let's go.
Cool.
And storage. Like, I don't have like a mansion. I have
Right.
like a select amount of space to work with in my studio / apartment.
Yeah.
Now I have freed up room. It's like very zen because it's like nice and clean and sleek. Or it's like bins and bins of clothes or bins and bins of shoes.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. That clutter can just kind of overtake.
clutter is like, it's like a thin line between like hoarding. Because I will admit, I used to hoard a lot of stuff. Like literally, like I'm talking about papers from like 6th grade elementary school. Like, I'll tell you anything. And I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing? I need to like release all this stuff and like move forward with life and just free like a butterfly and just fly in through life. Not with like baggage, like I need this bead from like 2002 fell off of my bracelet. Legit, like,
we are like that, and sometimes we think like, oh, this stuff is all going to fulfill, and no, there is a freedom of letting things go. Yeah, for sure.
I love it though. I love it.
So how?
Self-love journey.
Yes, yes. So how do you help people or support people when they're preparing for a photo session? Like, what are some of your best styling tips? Because it's really important, you know. I've had people show up on, you know, shoots and maybe they could have been better and maybe they would have felt more comfortable, but their clothing didn't, you know, quite fit right, or things were a little off. So like, how would you support someone? What tips?
So definitely tip number one, always have your little, you know how in elementary school you had like a little Ziploc type of supply bag with like pencils and sharpeners? You always want to have your little styling or photo shoot supply bag with like safety pins, needle and thread, a scissor, some double stick tape, like legit, because if you don't have that, you never know. That's just like a little zippy, right?
Yeah.
And then tip number 2, having a steamer, like a little handheld type of steamer, always clutch, because like wrinkles,
You cannot Photoshop out. Those
like,
Photoshop out easily.
The shadows, and it's like, the wrinkles are taking my shine. You don't want the wrinkles to take your shine, so just try to get you a little $30 steamer. Any type of steamer, like plug it in or it's battery powered, whatever it is, steamer. Tip number 4. All right, so if you don't know if they have racks or not, or hangers, just bring hangers by default, because if you at least have a blazer or like 3 looks, you have 4 hangers, you can always hang it up, steam it, hang it up on anything at this point. You don't need a rack, but at least you have a hanger to hang up your stuff and steam it and have it look presentable. So that's already 3 tips: your supply bag, your steamer, and a hanger. And that's just like being on the go, right? Yeah, I think having those things would, like, no, in any situation or any photo shoot, would always smooth things out. Tip number 4, I want to say, I mean, it's hard. It's like, I feel like tip number 4 is like MUA, like always have like some type of makeup situation, because like makeup is always like nice to like smooth and buff things out, because the whole idea of makeup is to make things even. It's kind of like a wall that has a whole bunch of like crayons or markings on it, but if you just have like a fresh coat of paint or like an invisibility cloak to cover it, it's like, oh, this is easy to edit, this is smooth.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, true.
Right.
Yeah.
So, like, always have like maybe your own makeup in your bag, or have a good friend come through with you to the photo shoot, like, hey, make sure I'm not having oily spots in my T-zone, because I obviously don't have mirrors in my eyes. You are my mirror.
Right.
You know, so like tip number 4, MUA is like key. I want to say tip number 5 for photo shoots, maybe the lighting situation. What is it called? The reflector? Somebody always thinks
that's what I would bring.
Oh, the reflector.
I would expect my client to bring a reflector.
Yeah, like people always need a reflector. Like, I don't know, reflectors are cool. I just got a reflector like over quarantine. I got blessed with one. My brother was like, here, I don't even use it. I'm like, what is this? But when I started using it, I was like, oh, the photos bouncing the light. Okay. Like, so like that's tip 4. And then like I want to say tip number 5 is definitely have a production assistant. I know it seems like it's like, all right, I could just tell everybody what to do. I could do a little to-do list, but having like that extra hand to just like throw any task to, like, hey, I need you to run to the car and go get the bottles of water, or hey, I need you to pass. Can you steam this right now? Because I physically can't steam this. Or like, hey, could you hold up something while they're fixing? Like, it's just extra hands. Like, production assistants are like gold. So like having a production assistant is like, it makes everything easier. It's like, I don't know, it's almost like, it's like a cheat sheet. Just have a production assistant to have a cheat sheet. They're your cheat sheet, legit, because they're extra hands. It's like, what do you need? I need everything. Okay, here. I mean,
it's true, because everything's happening on a photo shoot, and you know, it's so hard for one person to like just do one thing. Like as a photographer, you know, some people are on a budget, and so that's like all they can afford is just me. But like I'm trying to think about pose and the colors and like the composition and you know everything, and so I might miss that the person's T-zone is a little oily all of a sudden, right? Because I have so many other things going through my brain that I'm trying to figure out. And that makeup artist on set, while that does cost the client a little more money, does, you know, that's their job, is to just, you know,
having the
cover
makeup
touch up or a quick lipstick change. Yeah.
Makeup, production assistant, those are like ideal. No shade to the stylist. Stylists are needed too, but I feel like stylists are really needed if it's like, all right, we have multiple looks. This is like very specific. We need to make sure somebody is literally jumping in, walking in, I'm jumping out. You know, fixing things. Like every little detail is like crisp, because like the person or whoever is organizing the photo shoot, designer, they're right next to the photographer. They should be next to the photographer, directing the angles and the poses, and okay, I don't like that angle, I do like that angle, let's change this, do that. Because that person next to the photographer who's like guiding them and saying, yeah, I do like that, let's keep that direction. They can't be in the back steaming on the table with the snacks or helping to make up. They can't be all around. Right. That's where the production assistant comes in and is like, hey, can you go in the back while I'm still doing this photography thing and do this? All right, cool, done. They come back to you. You know, it's like you need extra hands. Like, of course, there's budgets, and it's like, yeah, we can only just have me and the photographer. Cool. But you have the first thing, your little supply kit, your steamer, your hanger. You know, you can like really save the day with just that.
That's true. Because like in transit, right? If you've like steamed everything at home, but then like jam it all in a bag, by the time you get to the shoot location, it's all wrinkled. So yeah, those hangers, you can hang it up in your car while you're transporting yourself and your wardrobe. Yeah, those hangers are really important.
Legit. Like any type of hanger, just grab you a hanger. If it has a swivel head or hook, even better. You just literally hang it anywhere and twist it.
Yeah.
But you know, you gotta work with what you got. But I would say those are like 5 tips: the MUA, production assistant, steamer, supply bag, hanger. Like those are like key things that I would never forget if I had to like run to a photo shoot, or if somebody asked me, hey, can I pull that jacket for this stylist thing?
Yeah.
I would always come with those things. Even though I'm the designer providing the looks, I kind of have like the stylist in the back of me, like, I need these little things just in case it doesn't fit them. Yeah. Or I have to like cut the seam a little bit and stitch it just to make it fit a little bit more. Like anything could happen, literally. Or it could rip, God forbid, or the thread fell out, you gotta tape it up. Anything could happen. Anything that can happen will happen. Always remember that.
Yeah, or the buttons pop off.
Anything that can happen will happen. Legit. Like, don't go out there like, oh, you know, I have everything perfect. Nothing's ever perfect. Never. but mistakes and mess ups are design and creative opportunities. So, you know, like, oh, it ripped. Okay, let's style it this way. Oh, that actually looks better.
Yeah, you might have to like invent a new pose to like work around and hide it, and it might end up being better. So yeah, that sometimes mistakes are actually blessings because it can work out. It always does somehow. I've never had it not work out. But yeah, these are really great tips. Thank you so much. How can people get in touch with you? How can they find your designs?
So it's B as in boy, C as in cat, D as in dog, planet at, what is it? Oh, bcdplanet.com. I was ready to give you my email. So it's contact at bcdplanet.com. That's the email. I'm on Instagram, bcdplanet. I'm on YouTube, bcdplanet. I'm on LinkedIn, bcdplanet.
Awesome.
Just Google me, BCD Planet. And again, my name is Belania Daly. Please feel free to contact me for a free 30-minute consultation. I'm open to taking all types of questions. If you are trying to start your own line, you're trying to do wholesale, you're looking for a factory to produce your stuff, just reach out to me for our 30-minute video consultation for free and pick my brain. Get all the information you possibly can out of me for 30 minutes, or inquire about making a wholesale order or doing a custom order or an upcycle or a redesign. Contact me.
Cool. I think someone's trying to deliver a package to me. This is awkward. Anyway, I hope they leave my package.
Oh,
so,
they'll leave it. Put it out there. They'll leave it.
I hope so. So yeah, that's what I wanted to ask you. Are there any last thoughts or suggestions or self-love tips that you wanted to leave with us before we end our chat?
I mean, self-love, I want to just say, if you find yourself in a situation of, okay, I am here with these intentions, but this person is here with totally opposite intentions, and this is not feeling good. That is your cue to leave or figure out your exit plan, because staying there is not going to serve you. It's only going to feel icky inside, trying to work with this person that is clearly not with proper intentions in whatever project you're working in.
Yeah.
That's another reason why I kind of left corporate, because there's a lot of different people dealing with different things in their own life, and then they bring it to work and it's just not a smooth ride. Like when I was at Ralph Lauren, my VP always told me, yeah, whatever's going on outside of work, leave it at the door. We are here to work with a clear mind and clear attitude and get the work done. Whatever drama is happening, personal, not personal, it will interrupt the work process and things will not go smooth. And when things don't go smooth, really bad things happen. Money gets wasted and it's just not good. So if you find yourself in a situation where it's like, yeah, this is not comfortable, try to figure out a smooth exit plan, or just totally leave it there and pull yourself out of the situation and don't go back, because that is self-love in itself. Because if you stay there, you're going to be compromised. You're going to be compromising yourself. Like, wait, why am I dealing with this? Why do I feel like this? I feel anxious, stressed, all these things you don't want to feel. But if you're ever in that situation, immediately come to your senses and leave.
This are like hitting heads, not like, yeah.
And there's no need to get loud. It's the situation of, okay, I see, and now I'm gonna just try to get up out of here. It's almost like you see a cliff and it's like, whoa, not gonna fall off the cliff. Let's just back it up. Let's back it up and turn right around. Just get out of here. We're not driving over a cliff. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. We're not doing this. That's it. So that's how I see it. If I'm ever in a situation or I'm like trying to inquire before I get to the situation and I see the communication is stifled or not clear, or it's just, no. I just end up not doing it at all. And I'm just like, okay, maybe next time. Just, yeah.
I think
Save yourself.
Yeah. I think what we were talking about earlier of like kind of slowing down. So
Yeah.
like personally what I found is like if I'm moving at a slower pace, right? Like so if there's time that I have during the day
Yeah.
to take like a break, or if you know I have like a set morning routine that's not rushed and hectic, right? My brain has more time to process and think things through, and then I see things more clearly, and it's like more obvious when something is like wrong versus when you're rushing through things, you're tired, you're on that hamster wheel, like you're not, at least I'm not as quick to pick up on it. And so then, you know,
I
sometimes,
think it's just the human condition. Like if
yeah,
you're in a constant state of stress and anxiety, your brain is like trying to process all of that, and then so like, okay, I gotta eat. Okay, I gotta pay this bill. Okay, I gotta talk to this person. And sometimes you're going like this, and you don't even realize, like, wait, I'm talking to this person like not in a proper way, or
yeah,
just any situation. But you know,
yeah.
can't
Well,
always be.
it's like a good way to miss those red flags because we're just like always so rushed. We're just like running by the red flags that are glaring.
Good.
Yeah.
It's good to slow down and be human and suck up the beauty that's all around you. Don't miss it. Legit.
So thank you so much for sharing your tips. I know you're going to like be a ray of sunshine for all the people who listen to this. So
Beast
thank you.
Planet. Basic Planet. Check it out. Come
Yeah,
through. Chat with me.
I love her designs. Yeah, they're amazing.
Yeah, yeah.